Okay, so today we are talking. What are we talking?
The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I
Yay!
think
Hi,
it's Kat.
and Amanda,
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Can I Bring My Book?
the podcast where besties meet books. All right, so what did we think about this?
I liked it.
Okay.
I thought that it started off a little slow. There was it wasn't really world building because I don't actually think that the geography of this world is necessarily overly complicated. Like, I'm thinking when the moon hatched, that world building was insane.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of background to this in the beginning that did not catch my attention very quickly. And I didn't think that like this book really took off until about halfway through when Six and her newfound friends like leave the tour and Asling, whatever you want to
Mhm.
call it, and like strike out into the world. And then I thought the story picked up, and from that point forward was actually pretty quickly paced. So I think it suffered a little bit from a pacing issue as far as like just that slow build up. But I really enjoyed the characters and kind of the overall premise of the story.
Okay. Okay.
Those are my
Interesting.
opening thoughts.
Okay.
What
Okay.
are your opening thoughts?
Well, my opening thoughts, I actually I actually really enjoyed this one. And I I don't know. So this was one that you had nominated when we were selecting our buddy reads
Hmm.
for this month. And I don't know if you could tell I was not excited for this one. I was hoping that this one was not going to get it because I was not feeling it when you threw it into the mix. And then it got picked and I'm like, "Oh God." And I like was dragging my feet with this one. And the next thing I knew, shit, like we're recording this episode and I've got like just days to finish this book. So now I have to like power through it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it.
Yeah,
And
I dragged my feet through it from in the beginning. Like I was like, "Oh, man, what's going on? This sucks." And it took me a while, but once I got into it, it was great.
well, like I dragged my feet like with like starting it. Like I hadn't even started it. And then
Yes.
like the starting, I was actually pulled in pretty quick because I had started her other series, One Dark Window.
I know.
I started that last year.
And you've DNF'd it. You don't want to call it that, but I'm going to call it that. It's a soft DNF, but it's still a DNF.
I was thinking about this last night because I'm like, well, I didn't DNF it. I started reading it and then I just forgot that I was reading it and just forgot to go back to it.
So it's a soft DNF,
Yes. Because like
which
with
is
that,
fine. No shame. I'm not.
yeah, like with that one, it wasn't grabbing me. I was like lost with that one. I wasn't feeling connected. I wasn't pulled in.
Mhm.
But I know that a lot of people really do like that series.
Yes, I have not read it or even attempted to read it.
Yeah.
The reason I picked The Night and the Moth is because one of my trend predictions
Yes.
is that knights
Yes.
and like knight related lore is
Mm-hmm.
making a comeback.
Yep.
I also read Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow, which I also really, really fucking liked. And that one is also like knight based. And
Okay.
so I'm sticking with my prediction.
I know. I know.
I think
Yep.
that we're going to see an uptick in knight centered lore.
Okay.
And I'm not saying like medieval lore though, because both Everlasting and this one, even though they were set in like this fantastical realm, there wasn't super emphasis on like the history
Mm-hmm.
of like the medieval or Middle Ages, right? Like we've got kings and we've got towns, and there's obviously stuff, but we're not deep diving into serfdoms and squires
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the official knighthood stuff. We're just knights, and we have a code, and we fight things, and we're just knights. And I don't need to get into all of the minutia behind it. And so I think there's going to be an uptick in that. And I also appreciate that we did not have like too much of the history.
I
I'm
do
not,
too.
that's not what
Yes.
I'm here for. I'm here for the
Yes. Yes.
fantasy.
Yes. I am like I'm super excited now for the sequel, which is coming out, I
Yes,
want to say in October.
I don't know the release date for it because I didn't even know that there was a sequel until I made it to the end of the book.
Let's see. I want to say
It's like the Knave
The
and
Knave
the
and the
something.
Moon.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's saying expected publication. Expected publication is September 1st of 26.
Okay. So we're probably looking more at like January of 27, right? Because I feel like right now a lot of the books are getting their publication dates pushed, except for that one author, and we talked about this recently, who like rushed their publication and it suffered because of it, but I can't remember who it was.
Not Brimstone.
Oh, it was Brimstone.
Mm, mm,
Brimstone rushed,
yeah.
and she had those errors in there where like
Mm,
there was a whole section that was actually from Quicksilver
yeah.
that got copied into Brimstone and nobody caught it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm hoping, you know what, fingers crossed that we're learning from, I can't remember her name, Hart.
Kelly?
Yes, that seems right.
Kelly Hart? Yeah.
We're learning from
When
her
did Night come
mistakes
out?
last year
Oh, May. Wow.
because I almost bought it. I went to that bookstore that's in Claremont,
Mm,
Black
hmm.
Rabbit,
Yep.
maybe.
Hmm.
I went there and I almost bought it while I was there, but then I was like, no, I don't need more books.
Which is so
Um,
weird because when you nominated this one,
mhm.
that's the first I had heard of it.
No, yeah, like it was a hot release when it dropped
Huh.
because everybody knew Rachel Gillig from
Yeah.
her previous series,
Yeah.
A Twisted Crown and
One Dark Window,
One Dark Window, thank you.
which is like
That's
the
opposite
something
order.
Shepherd series, the
Hmm.
Dark Shepherd series or King Shepherd series or
But I think I think it's just the duology.
yes.
Yeah. So I think it was kind of riding off the fame of those two, but I was surprised. I really enjoyed it. We talked about this a little bit via text. I really, really like the gargoyle companion. And now we're moving into spoiler territory. So
Yes, this is
if you were
not a
just sitting,
spoiler-free episode.
like if you made it to this point, this has been spoiler free, but we're moving.
Yes.
I fucking knew that he was Bartholomew. Like I knew that that was his name. The gargoyle referring to everyone as Bartholomew. I'm like,
Hmm.
nah, that's his name. The reason why it's the thing that he remembers is because it is his fucking name. And there was like this big importance of names, right? Like Six could not remember her name, or she did remember it, but she wasn't confident in using it. And so I fucking knew it. And I
Hmm.
also fucking knew that he had the story. Like she brushed him off so many times. And when he just wanted to tell her, and she just kept brushing him off, she's like, no, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, stop telling him that. You're being mean. Sure enough, he knew the
Hmm.
whole time. He knew. And obviously the diviners were dead. She's stupid to think otherwise.
I mean, like it's nice to have like the hope because I think sometimes like the hope
She
like
needed it.
carries you through,
Yes.
but yeah.
She 100% needed it.
Yeah.
But as a reader, I knew.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I knew. What I didn't fucking call that. I didn't. Okay, so I did, but I didn't.
Benji?
Something was up with Benji. Fucking
Okay,
knew
okay,
something was up with
okay.
Benji.
Okay, so yesterday, so like I mean like all weekend
Hmm.
I was like reading, like powering through this book and like loving it, like
Hmm.
loving all of it. So yesterday I was thinking about the book. I was, taking a break from it and I was thinking about it and I'm like, like I'm like really enjoying this book. Like there's not a character that like I'm enjoying all the characters. Like there's not a single
Hmm.
one that I'm like not real like not loving. And then I'm like,
And
well,
then
maybe
Benji
Benji,
got shifty.
but like, well, it's not that I don't love Benji. He's just kind of like, he's like a man child, like a man boy, but
No, he's a
it's just that he's
deceptive little
young.
fucker.
It's because there was something about him. There
Hmm.
was something about him.
So I thought that he was a little underdeveloped. Like
Yes.
right, he was there. He was like a little background
Yes.
character.
Yes.
Maud was getting a little bit more screen time than he was, or page time
Hmm.
if you want.
I like.
I did like Maud too. She's just
Hmm.
badass and I loved
Yep.
her.
Yep.
But then there was the whole scene where he was meeting with Hamlin and the other knights,
Yep.
and Rory wasn't there and Maud wasn't there. And I
Hmm.
was like, I don't like it. I don't fucking
Yep.
like it at all.
Yep.
And I wanted her to stay. Like obviously she wasn't going to, but
I,
I wanted her to stay because I needed to know, right? Like I could tell that something fishy was going on, and I needed to know how it would go if she was like, "Yeah, I want to sit and stay."
I I wanted her to stay for that, but I didn't want her to stay and like leave Rory, you know.
Well, and okay, so and this is part of my review because I did do like a little write-up for this one, and I appreciate so there is a romance element
Hmm.
between Rory and Six, but I appreciated that it was like backseat romance. Like it was not the focal point of the story.
Slow burn.
It was 100% slow burn. No argument there. But it wasn't like the focal point of the story. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
her driving force.
Hmm.
Her relationship with Rory was not her driving force.
Yeah.
It could be argued that his relationship with her does turn into his driving force. Like I think she changes him.
Yes. And I feel like book two.
Is going to be more, oh, I don't know. It's, yeah. So
I don't know.
anyway, I
Yeah.
liked that it wasn't like, yes, you had the romance elements, but
Yes.
I liked that it wasn't, that was not the
Yeah.
main focus of it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that I really liked. And I did ebook for this one and I highlighted, which I need
I
to get
did.
better at highlighting when it's not an ebook. I'm working on those life skills, but I highlighted. I went back and I looked at my highlights and I noticed something. So early on in the book, so I highlighted the quote, to tell a story is in some part to tell a lie, isn't
I have
it?
that one too.
And then I'm reading through and I'm like, wait a minute. Then I also did, he looked up at me with earnest eyes, referring back to Bartholomew. Would you like me to tell you a story? And then I said bitterly is just a story. I cut it off, unfortunately, but like is just a story we tell ourselves. And then like it's just like a reoccurring, everything kind of goes back to this thought of everything is just a story. To tell a story is in some part to tell a lie, isn't it? It gets repeated.
Yeah.
The rest of the story could not exist without us. That's the last one I have. But yeah, it's just like this. Oh no, there it is. No one should live forever in the middle of a story, he murmured. If this is how it should end, I am happy to see it done. And so I think I really fucking liked that. I thought that that was such a beautiful throwback, like throughout the entire thing, like a callback, like, oh, hey, remember, this is all just a story. This is everything. And this, and now I'm going to go back to Everlasting, which you haven't read yet, but you will, no worries. That one focuses on kind of the same motif, like everything is just a story and we're writing our own story. And
Okay.
I really like that.
Okay.
I just enjoy it as a theme in general. And so I loved that piece of it. I also really liked this quote. You've known everything, diviner, and to be all knowing, the king of Trom smiled at me, so Benji, what is a god if not that? And that really sat with me because this is when we're kind of getting the reveal that Benji's an asshole. And I was like, well, shit. Should have seen that coming much quicker than I did because his focal point, like, do you know what really didn't sit well with me? And I'm doing the thing where my brain's running. The fuck, what were they called? The tools?
The
The
omens?
the omens were the people. Like the tools that the omens had. Do you hear the cat meowing at me?
No.
Okay, well, she's gonna come up.
Those aren't
So
also called the. Okay, wait, hold
no,
on.
I thought the omens were just the people. Come. Ugh! Okay, so I thought that the omens were the people, the gods, if you want, and
Hmm.
that they had tools. So like the inkwell and the coin and the loom. What really didn't sit well with me was
Hmm.
that Benji held on to almost all of them.
Yeah.
That did not sit well with me from the beginning. The fact that Rory had the coin, but then Benji basically had everything else. I was like, why does Benji get to have all of the tools?
We had a cat catastrophe.
Okay, my mic's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a cat catastrophe.
She is like she is rolling all over my space right now.
Okay, this podcast is cat friendly.
Like
And that also
I
means cats will likely come in and Godzilla over everything,
I I
including
almost
computer setups.
I almost regret not having a like top down camera so that people like so that we could post that because she is in my space right now. She's leaving. She's done. She's done. She's had enough.
She came, she wrecked, she's done, she's gone.
I don't even know what I was saying, but Marilyn was like, "Fuck it. I need cuddles and I need them right now. Oh, I'm done. Thank you. Goodbye."
Yeah,
She
yeah.
needs a bath, by the way. She's
Wham,
stinky.
bam, thank you, ma'am.
Anyway, she's gone now. I
Okay.
was talking about the tools
Yes,
and how Benji was hoarding them.
yes.
And I feel like I should have picked up on that much sooner than I did.
I mean, in hindsight, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. So yesterday night, we
Hmm.
were finishing right around the same time.
Yes.
Like,
I finished like an hour before you, and I was
because
so good.
and this is the reason why I bring it up. Because I was reading. Like I was going through it. I was reading. And then I got to chapter 28 and chapter 28 ended and I was like, I don't want to right now. Like, because I knew that it was not that after 28 shit was gonna get real, and I didn't,
Hmm.
I didn't, I didn't want to. I was like, I'm not mentally prepared. I need a minute. And so I was like, we're gonna go play some Animal Crossing and then we're gonna come back. And so that is in fact what I did. And I came back after like an hour of Animal Crossing and I finished. And I was right. I was 100% right to need a little break because I did not I was yeah, I'm glad that I took a break because the ending was it wasn't I didn't cry. Proud of myself.
Were you close?
I was close.
I was close.
I
Yeah,
was
when
close. I think if I had not have taken the break, I would have cried.
see, and I didn't take a break when Bartholomew Bar
Yeah. Yeah.
was like that.
The Bartholomew reveal, even though I suspected it, got me. And then when Benji the fucker cracks him and he doesn't respond, I was like, I'm not here for this. I no longer want to read this book. Everything is stupid.
Mhm.
And it was
When
fine though,
he's
because he didn't die. And because
yeah,
of
when he's
that,
being dragged through like the wall or like
yeah.
the area,
And he's screaming and he's
and
he's like,
he's
I'm
like,
her scribe. You can't separate us.
yeah,
And Maud's having to drag both of them.
he's
And
yelling
she's
for
in,
her.
and
He's
I'm
like
like, oh my
sobbing.
God, poor Maud. Like, why?
Yeah.
She didn't sign up for this. And now she's
Hmm.
got both of these babies that she just has to pulled away. She had to be strong for both of them, knowing like, she probably also doesn't want.
Yeah. Because now they're broke. Now they're both broken.
Yeah, they're both injured.
Well,
All three of them are injured.
and not just physically,
Yeah,
because now
yeah.
their hearts.
So Bartholomew is the only gargoyle that talks because he's the first one, and she let him quote unquote go too far. Does that make like she let
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
simmer for more than the 10 years? But he really liked Six, and he knew that Six was going to get turned into a gargoyle.
Mm.
And I don't know how I feel about that, Bartholomew. Like, why? I understand that you like her, and therefore you want her to stick around with you, and you don't want her to die. But why wouldn't you set her free, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's not free and he wants.
Wants companionship.
Yeah,
But does he talk to the other gargoyles? And did he
probably
love
not.
them? Did he love them as much as he loved her?
Probably not. He probably is not able to talk to them.
I don't know because yeah, we're told from the beginning that none of the other gargoyles speak. But we
Hmm.
know now at the end of the book that all of the other gargoyles were once diviners. I would be interested in a prequel. Yeah.
From his point of view.
Yeah. I think I would be interested
Okay.
in the Bartholomew story.
Okay. Okay.
Just saying.
I've
Rachel.
highlighted a few things.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Rachel, if you're listening.
Yeah, let's see if I can. Oh, and I can go to the pages. Years in the making and over in a moment. The whole world is a wood, Bartholomew, and everyone in it is fashioned of birch bark, frail as paper. It is easier swearing ourselves to someone else's cause than to sit with who we are without one.
Which going back, you all swore to Benji's cause and it was all a fucking lie.
Maybe contentedness isn't just a story, and No one should live forever in the middle of a story.
Oh yeah, that one I have too, and that one hurt because he was stuck. Bartholomew didn't, the gargoyle didn't, he didn't know his ending because he was just kind of stuck there in limbo the entire time.
Yep.
I have a long one that I didn't read before, but now that I'm looking at it again, I want to. It's when you do the right thing for the wrong reason, no one praises you. When you do the wrong thing for the right reason, everyone does, even though what is right and wrong depends entirely on the story you're living in. And no one says they need recognition or praise or love, but we all hunger for it. We all want to be special. And again, just talking about driving force and what made Six do what she did, right? Her and the other diviners were always talking about what they were going to do next, like what the next part of their life was. They had been put on this pedestal their entire lives, right? And they were talking about, hey, what is it that we're going to be doing with our lives after this point? And then when that got taken away from her, she found herself by joining this cause that she thought was the right thing, and then it ends up being the wrong thing, but it's only the right thing because she was on one side of the story, and now that she's on the other side, right? To Benji, it's the right thing. Someone has to fill that gap. So
Yeah.
I thought this was really well written. I thought the story was very engaging. Little bit of a pacing issue for me. Like I thought the beginning could have gone a little quicker than it did, but I did give it 4.5 stars.
You.
Oh, what, you did a half star?
I did a half star.
Look at
Yep.
you. Look at you.
I know.
Why did you take off half a star?
I don't know. I don't know. There was just like,
It felt right though, didn't it?
yeah, like I just first like for me, like rating, it's just a gut thing for me.
Hmm.
And it just I wasn't feeling a five, but I also wasn't feeling a four.
Yeah, so I think that I would have given it a 5 if I had gotten through the beginning quicker. And the reason I didn't get through the beginning quicker was because I was like, ooh, I want to read this other thing that's more engaging. And so I feel like because of that, it wasn't quite a 5,
Yeah.
but it wasn't quite a 4 because I did at the end of it really, really enjoy it.
Hmm.
And I have given quite a few 4.5 stars this year.
Well,
I think this is number 3 or 4
this is my first,
ever.
possibly ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the third 4.5 star I've given this year.
Wow.
I know.
I haven't actually like rated it or even marked it as read on Goodreads or any of the others because you know that I'm trying to review every book
Yeah.
and I'm not like marking them until I have my review ready. And so sometimes that takes me like a day or so.
So I am doing my reviews right as I finish. And I'm not concerning myself whether it's polished or fancy. I am just getting it done because I know that if I put it off for when I'm at the computer or sitting somewhere where I'm more comfortable writing it, or I thought about it a little bit, that it's not going to be the same as if I do it right then.
Hmm.
So I am posting my Fable review right as I finish the book. And it's
Hmm.
not necessarily long, it's just a few sentences. It's not like a in-depth thing, but it has been working so far. There's only one book that I didn't do it for, and it was Priest. But technically, I did do it Priest. I just so happened to be at the computer when I finished it.
Mm.
So I typed a full thing for that immediately. And I have that somewhere else because I'm using it for a side project. So
Yeah.
that'll
I've
be
been doing
revealed
them
later.
mostly on my phone. Like I've got like a note in my phone, just kind of like, book
Hmm.
reviews, and that's just where I've been like storing notes
Yeah.
and I just kind of like type them up in there. But, usually like when I finish a book, like I tend to like finish them in bed
Yeah.
and I may not want to like write the review or like finish it up right then or post it.
Yeah. No, that's so I don't necessarily want to, but I am forcing myself to
Mm, yeah.
because I know from last year where I set the same goal, right? The
Hmm.
I'm going to review every book. I know from last year if I don't do it right away, I'm not doing it. So I started a new reading tracker.
Oh,
It is not a social media one. It is a just for me.
oh, like
Hmm.
a spreadsheet? Oh,
But it's created by someone else and it's got like she's done all the coding.
Okay.
And I will let you know how I like it.
Okay.
I just started it today
Hmm.
while I was waiting for you.
Okay.
So I'll let you know how it goes.
Yes, because I was late to recording.
Yeah, 45 minutes late.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it.
wow. Thanks.
Anyway,
Traffic was bad.
we record remote, as evidenced by our beautiful backgrounds. You're
Yeah.
obviously not in the same place.
Hmm.
Yay! Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
that's
So
the
if you
end.
haven't read The Night in the Moth, well, hopefully you have because this episode was filled with spoilers.
I mean, if you're the kind of person who doesn't care about spoilers, though,
Oh,
definitely still check it out.
yeah.
If you like
Check it out.
fantasy, if you like romance, but you're not looking for like the super spicy stuff, go for it. If you're
Hmm.
looking for super spicy, go somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not
Go,
this
yeah,
book. There's other recs. Just
yeah,
just look.
yeah.
Amanda's
Right.
got you. Don't worry.
That's true. Look at my Goodreads.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Happy reading. And as always, can I bring my book?